This is the gold 1 month overview reading for October 2022. It's currently September 14th, 2022, 9:42 p.m. Eastern Time. Guys, you can help support the channel in a few ways. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video if you like it, share it with somebody you think it'll help. But most importantly, guys, there's the rule of karma. 5% of the profits you make from this information, you send it forwards. Pay it forward. Somebody who doesn't need it, who needs it, doesn't expect it. Keep the flow going through the universe. 5% of the profits back to the channel. Help us continue providing all this free content. Gratitude begets gratitude, my friends. And then make sure that you spend all of it out of love. As long as it's out of love, the universe will send it back to you tenfold in all directions. That's the rule of karma. All right. You can also sign up for Webull through our referral link in the description. And there's Cash App. That's where people are sending their 5%. Really appreciate it, my friends. Those people also always get priority as far as their requests and stuff. I mean, obviously. All right, guys, so the overall theme and behavior for gold in October, there's a move higher through a critical resistance level, followed by a decline back down through the same price level shortly thereafter. That's the main theme and highlight, and it's mixed with a sideways S formation between resistance and a support. There's a decline from the resistance to the support, reversal back all the way back to resistance, and then back to support again. And that should be female leader. There may be a female leader somehow involved. I don't know if it has anything to do with the queen, but that's weird. Behavior around the high. We have a notable global issue that it sends gold on a notable drop on a multi-day chart, on a 1 month chart. There'll be a notable drop. It'll stand out. And then the behavior into the low, there's going to be sideways fluctuations with the bearish trend preceding a rally, and that's the behavior into the low. On the first, we have a decline from near overbought territory on RSI. There's a decline there. One local low. So on a chart for the first, we should see one prominent low that'll stand out, and in the midst of that low, it'll form when there's a fast sudden move higher, marking the end of a period of decline. On the second, we have a fast sudden move to the upside. Fast sudden move to the upside, and then looks like there's a gap down between the second and the third. There's likely a gap down, and then we have all the way from the bottom of a range, we have a rally all the way to the top of a range from the bottom of a range. On the fourth, we have sideways fluctuations with a bullish trend that precedes a decline. There is a correlation to both the theme card and the sideways S. So if there's something that comes out on the news regarding a female leader on the fourth, then that would likely have an impact on gold somehow. However, it's probably a sideways S formation. There's one local low on a 1 day chart for the fourth. We'd see one low that stands out, and it would be a decline to and through a support level to meet, and then we reverse below the support level and come back up and reuse it as support. On the fifth, we have a correlation. The fifth and the sixth, we have a correlation to a month's low here. Or a first prominent trough, I should say. On the fifth, there's one local high at an important price level, important resistance level, and that will volume will kind of like flatten out around the high on the fifth. There's a period of volatility there with a sudden drop in the midst of that volatility. On the sixth, we have a swing trade opportunity in the midst of a failed attempt to break through a key resistance. So likely when I see the disappointment card, what happens is likely we retest some resistance level that we already tested recently, and based on formation, it looks like we're going to break through it, but instead we don't. We break down through a key support level, and there's a swing trade opportunity around that failed attempt to break through key resistance. And a decline on the 6th that increases with the momentum moving into the close. On the 7th, we have the Prince of of Wands. That's a rally that increases with momentum moving into the close. There's one local low there. There's one local low there. And it forms when you have a decline to and through a support level. We reverse below it and then reuse it as support. On the 8th, we have a failed attempt to break through key resistance followed by a decline through a key support level. That's on a multi-day chart. On the 9th, we have a rally that provides an opportunity to open up a short position. There's also correlations to a move higher through resistance, key resistance on a multi-day chart followed by a decline back down through that. And that sideways S formation as well. Looks like there's some money that can be made here as well. So like the rally out of the low here, this swing trade here, likely we sell, we close that swing trade here, and then interesting. Looks like there's a day trade on the 9th where early in the morning on the 9th at a trough or a low, for the day at least. There's an opportunity to open up position and then sell that position towards the end of the day. It looks like there's an opportunity to open up on a multi-day chart. There's an opportunity to open up a short position, and then on the 9th, it looks like early in the day there's a breakout. Or excuse me, on the 10th, early in the day there's a breakout with a rally along a diagonal trend line, but that rally breaks down with a fast sudden move to the upside followed by a breakdown through that diagonal trend line. On the 8th, there is a brief opportunity at a high. So there's a brief opportunity at a high on a one-day chart. And we break down to and through, from that high, we break down to and through a support level, bounce along support, and then break down through multiple support levels. On the 12th, we have sideways fluctuations along a key support level on a multi-day chart, and there's correlation here to a month's higher or a crest. I think likely what we have is a prominent spike or crest, like we spike up overnight or something like that, and then back down on the 13th. Because we have another prominent trough for the month on the 13th. There's 3 failed attempts to break through key resistance. On that third poke through the same price level, we break down with a sharp decline. Prominent reversal on the 14th. It'll stand out on a multi-day chart. On the 15th, again, we have correlations to a break, like a move through resistance, key resistance, followed by a breakdown through that same price level shortly thereafter. There's a U-shaped dip that forms near perpendicular diagonal trend lines. On the 16th, we have sideways rotation that ends with a fast sudden move to higher. And then on the 17th, looks like we have another month's low here. Looks like we have another month's low here in the midst of a decline. There's a prominent decline that'll stand out on a multi-day chart on the 17th to a month's low, or a prominent trough, I should say. There's also a swing trade opportunity on the 16th involving a period of bumping along resistance. A swing trade opportunity on the 17th involving a failed attempt to break through key resistance followed by a decline through key support. It's probably the same resistance. Hard to say from a 1 month, but probably. On the 18th, we have multiple headwinds pushing gold lower. It looks like we probably open up a little higher here in the morning, and then we decline. There's multiple failed attempts to break through key resistance. Might be the same resistance, might not be. And then on the 19th, we have a rally that begins with a notable move higher, standing out on a multi-day chart. On the 20th, selling from an overbought crest, and that's on RSI relative to gold's behavior. A male ruler is highlighted. I'm advised to trust my intuition towards the end of the day, it looks like, and on the 20th, and then on the 21st, there's a male ruler who's highlighted in the completion of a rally around the high. On a one-day chart, it'll stand out as a completion of a rally. On the 22nd, we have what appears to be this is likely a month's low, at least up until this point. And there's a big move out of oversold territory out of the month's low on the 21st. On the 22nd, we have a month's low again. There's sideways rotation along a key support level, increasing with bullish sentiment as we move forward throughout the day. And it looks like at the end of the day or early in the morning on the 23rd, I'm advised to buy protection. There is a likely this is a month's high here. So there's you know, I mean, it's gold. It's not necessarily got a lot of volatility, but likely there's a month's high somewhere right around here. And we have a critical resistance level that's highlighted, maybe a new resistance level that's highlighted, and then volatility breaking down from that level. And then it looks like there's a trough or a low. It's possible that we have another month's low here, but unlikely. On the 24th. But there's a rally along a diagonal trend line breaking through horizontal resistance, meeting a secondary resistance, and then pulling back to somewhere between those two price levels on the 24th. On the 25th, we have a breakout. It'll stand out. There's a lot of price movement on the 25th to the upside. And it looks like a speech of some kind comes out like at the end of the day, or some sort of spoken word comes out at the end of the day. It's hard to tell if it's misleading. Some of it is misleading, some of it isn't. And then on the 26th, we have another correlation to a month's low. I think this is probably another month, like the month's lowest lows somewhere between the 21st and the 27th, let's say. There's a cash out opportunity at a critical support level on the 26th as well. A lot of price movement, a lot of choppiness going on here. Something probably pretty big in the news. There may also be a female leader highlighted on the 24th. And then in the midst of a decline, from like the 26th into the 27th, with a lot of movement, there's an opportunity to open up a long position there on the 27th. Looks like towards the end of the day there's a high, either that or there's a high early in the morning on the 28th. And multiple headwinds. You'd think the gold's price would go lower, but instead it goes up for whatever reason on the 28th. On the 29th, we revisit past problems, so likely we go through like the same price decline through the same price levels that we did on the 27th. Sorry, this is the 29th that we revisit. Left a day out. And then on the 30th, an agreement between two leaders or a merger of some kind, and then there's a holding pattern with a move higher followed by a drop back down. Then there's a lot of movement in November. When I look at the overview, guys, for October, we have year's lows correlated to the early part of October. You have to give it like a 2-week wiggle room on the 1 year, so it's so broad. So yeah, that's gold for October 2022, my friends. Let me know what you think by hitting that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Follow that rule of karma, my friends. It'll pay off in the long run. I promise you that. And thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.